Hi everybody and welcome to Rocket. My name is Maz and I'm going to be guiding you through this short practice today. So let's first of all begin by just taking a comfortable seated position just for a few moments to settle in, to arrive. So find a position where both sit bones are grounded and find a position where there's a sense of lengthening from the ground all the way up through to the crown of the head. So maybe sitting up onto a block if you need a bit of extra elevation. And once you've found that comfortable seat, allow your eyes to softly fall closed. Bring your hands to rest lightly onto your knees or into your lap. And just bring yourself into a place of stillness. Taking a few moments to settle your energy. Taking a few moments to arrive onto your mat, into your practice space. Taking notice of how your body is feeling. Taking notice of how your breath is moving. Observing any thoughts, any emotions. Just becoming aware of how you've arrived onto your mat today. And then bring together your palms, bring the thumbs to lightly rest at the sternum. And if you would like to, set an intention for your practice today. Place that intention between the palms of your hands and keep it with you as you go through your practice. You might also like to bring to mind someone to dedicate your practice to today. Just take a moment to really feel that intention, to really feel that dedication. And let's open up the space with one soft Om. Take a deep inhale. From there, blink open the eyes, place your hands down onto your mat in front of you and start to find your way to all fours. So coming to a tabletop position, if you are sitting onto a block, pop it to one side, spread your fingers nice and wide, stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees, tuck your toes and then lift yourself up into a downward facing dog. Sending your hips high, sending your heels down towards the ground, and just take a few breaths to move in your downward facing dog, pedaling the heels or moving the hips, moving in any way that feels good for you today. Noticing how your body's feeling. Is there any areas of tension or tightness? Is there any areas that feel quite relaxed and at ease? From there, find stillness for a moment in your down dog. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. Lift your heels, look towards your hands and slowly walk your feet towards the top of your mat. As you arrive with the feet hip distance, take an inhalation to lengthen and look forward. As you exhale, come into a forward fold, soften the knees, allow the head to hang heavy. From there, take hands to opposite elbows and just sway the torso from side to side a couple of times. And then come back through to center. Bring your hands down to the ground. Soften your knees as much as you need. Draw your chin towards your chest. And then start to walk your hands up the front of your legs. Bringing yourself slowly all the way up to standing. Release the arms by the side. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Come to your mountain pose, Tadasana. Feet are grounded, legs are active. Kneecaps lift, quads engage. Belly button draws towards the spine and your tailbone lengthens down towards your heels. Close down your eyes for a moment and start to find your Ujjayi breath. So breathing in and out through the nose, gently contracting the back of the throat. Cultivating that soft ocean sound. The breath flows in and out, in through the nose. Out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. Blink open the eyes. Inhale, raise the arms, reach high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Soften the knees if you need to. Inhale, lengthen, look up. For this first one, exhale, place your hands, step your right foot back, step your left foot back, come to a high plank. Take an inhalation, shift your shoulders over your wrists, draw your belly button towards your spine as you exhale. This time we're going to lower all the way down to the tummy in a straight line. Maybe drop the knees if you need to. Once you get down, untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your chest, come to your cobra. Exhale, lower your chest down. Inhale, come to all fours. Exhale, sit back to a child's pose. Inhale, all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths in here. Spreading the fingers, spreading the toes. Maybe there's a soft bend in the knees. Finding space through the back of the body. From there, as you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step to the front of your mat. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Allow the breath to move you. Exhale, release the arms by the sides, mountain pose. Let's do that once more. Inhale, raise the arms, reach high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands, step back into a high plank once again. Take an inhalation here. As you exhale, either lower all the way down or halfway, find your chaturanga. Inhale, coming into your upward facing dog or stay with your cobra. Exhale, push back. Come to your downward facing dog. Taking a couple of breaths in here. Drawing the belly button towards the spine. Closing those lower ribs. Take one more breath. And then on your next exhalation, bend your knees, look forward. Step or lightly float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Reach high, lengthen through the side ribs. Exhale, release arms by the sides, mountain pose. Really grounding through the feet. Bend your knees. Inhale, raise your arms. Sit low into your Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, place your hands, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Inhale, rise up into a high lunge. Left heel is lifted. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, send your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Inhale, rise up into a high lunge. Exhale, step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We breathe in here. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. One more breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Step or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up into your chair pose. Exhale, we stay in here. Drawing together the thighs, the knees, the ankles. Grounding through the feet. Drawing the belly button towards the spine. One more breath here. From there, as you inhale, start to prepare. As you exhale, come forward halfway, coming into your Ardha Utkatasana, your half chair pose, bringing the chest towards the thighs, extending the arms forward. As you inhale, lift your heels, squeeze the inner arches of the feet together. Exhale. Keep reaching the arms forward. With your next exhalation, bring your hands onto the mat. Take your knees to the backs of your arms. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you shift the weight forward and you start to play with your crow pose. Inhale, squeeze the heels in. Exhale. One more inhalation. Exhale, send those legs back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath. And then on your next inhalation, send your right leg high. Exhale, step your right foot forward. Left heel stays lifted. Inhale, come on up to your high lunge. Exhale here, drawing the left hip forward as you draw the right hip back. Take one more breath. And then on your next inhalation, start to open out into your warrior two. Bring the arms to T. Ground the outside edge of your left foot parallel to the back of the mat. Bending deeply into that right leg. Thighs are spiraling open. Breathing here, one more breath. And then as you inhale, straighten your right leg. Shift your left foot in slightly. Reach the right arm forward, lengthen through the right side ribs. And then as you exhale, find your triangle pose, Utthita Trikonasana. Left hand reaches high. Right hand maybe comes down onto the mat. Or maybe you take the right big toe. Rotating the chest. Legs are strong and active, feet are grounded. Take one more beautiful breath here. And then with your next inhalation, come all the way up. Find your way back into your warrior two. Exhale, bring the right elbow to the right thigh. Sweep the left arm forward. Coming into Utthita Konasana, extended side angle pose. You might stay with the right elbow on the right thigh. You might bring that right hand down. Use a block if you need. Try to keep space between the right ribs and the right thigh. Keep rotating the chest. Rolling the heart towards the ceiling. Take one more beautiful breath here. And then as you inhale, come back up into your warrior two. Use the breath. Exhale. Next inhalation, windmill your hands to frame your right foot. Exhale, step back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, drop your knees, come to all fours. We're going to come to dolphin pose. So bringing the elbows down, the forearms down. Draw your elbows nice and close together and really press the ground away so you start to really activate the shoulders and the upper back. When you're ready, tuck your toes, lift your hips, walk your feet in. Maybe there's a bend in the knees. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you inhale your right leg high, pointing through the toes of the right foot, coming high up on the ball of the left foot. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you have a few little hops and you're coming up into your forearm stand, your Pincha Mayurasana. Staying with the breath wherever you are. Drawing the belly button towards the spine. One more breath. Okay, as you exhale, slowly come on down from wherever you are and sit your hips back towards your heels, coming into a child's pose. Release your forehead down. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Open up the mouth. Exhale. One more time. Deep and full inhalation through the nose. Exhale. Seal the lips. Reintroduce your Ujjayi breath. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And then with your next inhalation, come on up to all fours. Tuck your toes. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, inhale, send your left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Right heel stays lifted. Inhale, rise up, come to your high lunge. Exhale. Gently draw the inner thighs together. The right hip draws forward as the left hip draws back. Reaching high through the fingertips. Breathing here, one more breath. And then with your next inhalation, start to open out to your warrior two, grounding the outside edge of that right foot, bending into the left leg, lengthening the tailbone down towards the ground, thighs are spiraling open. Take one more beautiful breath in here. Maybe you find a little bit more space. And then as you inhale, straighten up that left leg. Maybe shift your right foot in slightly. Reach your left arm forward, lengthen through the left side ribs. And then as you exhale, find your triangle pose. Release the left hand down as you extend the right hand high. Again, maybe that left hand is on the mat. Maybe it takes the big toe. Maybe that left hand is onto the shin or the knee. Try to really keep the length through the sides of the body. Allow the chest to rotate. Breathing here. One more breath. And then use your inhalation to come all the way up to your warrior two, adjusting the stance. Bring the left elbow to the left thigh. Sweep that right arm forward. Again, rotating the chest, maintaining that length through the side ribs. Again, you might stay with the elbow on the thigh. You might release that left hand down onto a block or onto the mat. Keep really opening up, drawing that right shoulder back, staying with the breath. Strong energy through the legs. Take one more breath here. And then as you inhale, come back up to your warrior two. Use that breath, exhale. Inhale, windmill your hands to frame your left foot. Exhale, step back. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to come to our dolphin pose once again. So bring your thumbs to touch and bring your hands a little bit closer towards your feet. Start to externally rotate the upper arms. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the forearms, and then very slowly we're going to start to lower the elbows and the forearms down. With control, lowering down, coming into that dolphin pose. Start to walk your feet in. Again, this might be where you stay. Maybe this time you inhale your left leg up. Point through the toes of the left foot. Keep pressing the ground away from you. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you come up, having a few little hops, coming up into your forearm stand. Staying with the breath wherever you are. Last breath. And then from wherever you are, start to slowly come on down and sit yourself back into a child's pose, reaching the arms forward, sending the hips back. Release the forehead down. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale. One more time. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. Exhale. As you inhale, slowly start to come back to your Ujjayi breath, sealing the lips, breathing in and out through the nose. And then with your next inhalation, come on up to all fours, tuck your toes, exhale, lift up, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the top of the mat, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend your knees, rise up into your chair pose, Tadasana. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, pour the weight into your hands as you step or float back, take your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, bend your knees and step or float through to seated. As you arrive into seated, bring together the soles of the feet. Allow the knees to gently fall out to the sides. Bring the thumbs to the inside of the feet and gently peel the feet open like a book. Take an inhalation to lengthen As you exhale, gently just lower your chin towards your chest. Take a couple of breaths here. And then as you inhale, gently lift up the chin. As you exhale, maintaining length through the spine, come into a forward fold, bringing the elbows in front of the shins, extending the crown of the head forward as you breathe here, coming into Baddha Konasana. Take a couple of breaths here. If you would like to, close down the eyes and really just invite your gaze inwards. Keeping the length through the spine, keeping the length through the side ribs. One more breath. With your next inhalation, slowly come all the way up. And then slide the heels away from you. So making like a diamond shape with the legs. You might be supporting underneath the thighs if your knees are a little bit sensitive. Place your hands onto your ankles. Take an inhalation, lengthen. As you exhale, this time if it's comfortable, allow the spine to round and just allow yourself to melt into a really soft, passive forward fold. Releasing the forehead down. You might support underneath the forehead with a block or a cushion. And then just gradually start to let go of your Ujjayi breath. Release any effort, release any gripping or tensing or holding. And let your muscles start to relax in here. Take 2 more beautiful breaths in here, really surrendering into this fold. And then very slowly start to lift up. Use your hands to the outside of your thighs, draw your knees together. And then slowly come to lie onto your back, bringing the knees into the chest with you. Take the arms out to the sides, drop both your knees over to the left side. Just take a moment coming into a spinal twist, allowing that right shoulder to be drawn down towards the ground. Take a few breaths here. And then with your next inhalation, slowly draw the knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest, take a few little rocks. And then take your twist to the second side. So drop your knees over towards the right side. Allow that left shoulder to keep gently drawing down towards the ground as you twist. Breathing into that side body. And then as you inhale, bring your knees back to center. Hug the knees into the chest just for a moment. Take a few rocks. And then start to make your way towards your Shavasana. Just coming into a brief Shavasana, extending your legs. Allow the feet to fall naturally. Release the arms. Slide your tailbone away from you. Gently tilt the chin towards the chest and just let yourself be still. Allow your body to relax. Allow the breath to be soft. Allow your body to just completely be held by the mat, by the earth, feeling that support, that stability. Very slowly, start to bring some movement back to your body. Gently moving the fingers, toes, wrists, ankles. Maybe gently roll the head from side to side. Bring your legs together. Extend the arms overhead and take a beautiful long stretch, inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Bend the knees, draw them into the chest. Give yourself the best, most beautiful hug. Maybe take a few gentle rocks from side to side and then let yourself be still. Take a moment to settle your energy. If you're comfortable, stay here. If you prefer to, roll over to one side. Make a pillow with the hand. And then from wherever you are, start to slowly make your way back up towards a comfortable seated position. So coming back to the place where we started our practice. Finding a comfortable seat. Grab a block if you need to. Ground through the sit bones. Gently lengthen through the spine. And bring your hands to rest onto the knees or into the lap. Close the eyes or soften the gaze downwards. And just take a moment or two to be still. How does the body feel? How is the breath? Acknowledge any thoughts, any emotions, whatever's with you. And then join together your palms once again. Bring your thumbs to gently rest at the center of the chest. And take a moment to reflect on your intention. Take a moment to honor that intention. And then bring to mind once again that person you dedicated your practice to, that person you practiced for. Sending them love, compassion, kindness. And let's close the space as we opened with one soft Om. Take a deep inhale. Lift the thumbs to the center of the forehead, the third eye space, and then slowly come into a forward fold, placing your hands to the earth, giving thanks to the earth. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for practicing with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the class and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Thank you so much.